Hey scrapbookers, so I have these 4 pictures of my daughter, and we're going for a walk, and she's not really making a whole lot of eye contact except in this photo here. But what I really like about these photos is that the sun is just shining and it's just catching her, you know. I remember it was such a pretty day, and it was a day last February, and I remember it because it was right before our yellow lab died, and so it was just like, I think, the very day before. So the pictures don't really seem all that earth-shattering, but they're just kind of special to me. Pardon me, I still have a cold lingering in my throat. It is so annoying. So I wanted to use this Bokeh paper. I think that's how you say it, Bokeh or Bokeh. This is from Maggie Holmes, and this is a vellum. And I was just sort of wondering. Here's just a clear or a white, off-white vellum. So I was kind of wondering, because I also have that same sheet in patterned paper. So this is the patterned paper, and this is the vellum, and so it doesn't really look all that different. But I did a project recently where I used this as a mask. Hold on, let me see if I can get you to see it a little bit better. It looks like this. Looks like a mask. And I thought that might be fun to work with this underneath the vellum paper. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. Or if it's going to really make any kind of sense. It sort of does. I kind of like it. See that? Huh. What do you think? I wish you could tell me. Well, let's get to playing here. So I had that as one option, and then I actually have, hold on, let me just pick another thing that I have here. So I also have this circle, which is practically the same, except it hasn't been sprayed. And so this has got all this glimmer to it. And so I kind of like to be able to show the glimmer, because I don't really use masks all that or mists all that often. Although I did buy some. Here's a different one, but I don't think I like the look of the edge on that. So let's just try. Let me put this one back. They're both things that I cut on my silhouette. So another idea would be to put this on top of the Bokeh paper, and here we go. I don't think I like that as well as I like it underneath. So what do you think? I really don't know. Let's try something different. I'm not sure that this is where I'm going to go with the page. So when I turn on my video record button on my iPad, I don't have a plan. I mean, I've gathered some supplies, but I don't really have a plan for the layout yet. I think you can really see through it enough. Let me just try a couple more things. I have some of these like KI memory calendars, and I don't think it's enough to, I guess you can see it a little bit, but it's not really earth-shattering. So let's try something else. How about over? That's kind of pretty. It gives kind of a texture underneath. Here's a wood grain underneath. I don't like that. So sometimes it's just a matter of eliminating what you don't think is going to work. Now this isn't Bokeh, but it really does have the same kind of colors as this paper, so I thought I might pair those two pages up. So I'm just doing some eliminating, like not going to use that, not going to use that kind of situation. Let me see about this one. This is like a grid paper. This is also vellum. Get a couple pieces of vellum here. And just wondering how I could play with those, or if I should even play with them on this particular layout. Here's, I don't know if that helps or not, or if it really makes any difference. I don't think it's very effective. What do you think? It's a little bit more interesting. Let's see how that looks. I don't really think you can tell that's Bokeh very much anymore. Maybe you can a little bit. I think I'm just going to go with this regular old Bokeh paper here. Bokeh. I'm not sure how to say it. So if you know how to pronounce it, please feel free to leave a comment. So I'm just going to put these papers to the side and save out these. And see if there's anything else there that looks usable, and I don't think so. So not at this point. So let's just go real simple like this. And so I'm also wondering if I could trim some of these down and have one photo be the focal photo. So let me just get my little trimmer here. It's not little. Got my huge trimmer here. And cut these down just a little bit. If you can hear that, it's my dog wagging her tail. She must be over there happy about something. I'm not exactly sure what. Oh, maybe somebody's knocking at the door, actually. Yep. Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Hey scrapbookers, so I'm back, and I was trimming down these photos, and I don't need to trim them a ton, but I just wanted to make sure that this one was just a little more outstanding than the other ones. So I was just cutting those down a tiny bit. So I'm going to put my cutter to the side here. And one kind of like, I like all this color, but it's kind of in the middle of the page. So what I'm thinking is that I am going to cut the page in half so we get more of that bokeh effect. And then, see if we did it like this, we're just going to get more of it. And I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to, I think that I can just tape that on the back. And then if I put my pictures along this row, then you're never going to see that seam in the paper. I kind of think it wants to look like this. And I might even put a white mat on that. But I like that because now all of that pretty effect is right in the middle of the page. Yeah? You like that? And I am just going to use a regular Scotch tape to make those two pieces fit together. Let me find it. Where's my tape? Oh, here it is. Right on my desk. Where it's supposed to be. And so, is this archival? No. Do I care? Not really. It's okay. I really like these photos. I'm not really worried too much about the tape destroying them. It's possible that it would a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I have some Scotch tape things from the 70s and 80s that still look just fine. What really destroys your photos are those magnetic albums. And that's how I used to scrapbook. I used to scrapbook in the magnetic albums. And then when I started scrapbooking in the modern sense, you know, they said, oh, you can't have any pictures in those. And so I took them all my pictures out of those old albums, and I'm kind of like, I'm glad that I saved those photos, but I'm also kind of sad that I didn't like photograph the way those albums looked before I destroyed them. So if you're taking down your old albums for archival purposes, just think about the look of them, and even if you think it's like, oh, I would never make a layout like this now, that may be true, but you may in the future then look back and think like, I wish I could see one of those, you know. I like this one over here. So like she's trudging along, she looks at me and then she's off on her way. It just kind of feels like my girl. So I've got, this isn't bokeh, but it is like a confetti effect, so I thought I would use that in this page. I also had this as something that I made a different layout recently, and I thought this could, oh, it's not really long enough. I was thinking I could use this. Pardon me, I'm kind of in this layout. It's kind of a band effect there. I almost think it's okay that this one doesn't go all the way. All right, let's start getting some of this down, and I think that's really useful for when you keep moving things around the page. It's good to just start sticking stuff down. It's not the advice that everyone will give you. In fact, I was just watching a video by Debbie Hodge in Story Coach, and she does not suggest that you do that. So she suggests that you keep moving things around the page and you get them exactly where you want them. And she makes some really, you know, effectively designed scrapbook pages, and I love the Story Coach. But I think just her approach to making scrapbook pages and my approach are just different, and that's probably because we have, you know, different strokes for, like, everybody's got different personalities, and that's just fine. But I recommend, like, pick it and stick it for people who, if you would otherwise keep deciding. So if you're going to be someone who doesn't make a decision because you keep thinking like, well, maybe I could do it like this, and maybe I could do it like that. You know, I like the pick it and stick it because it forces you to make a commitment. I'm going to use this here as my mat. And I'm just going to hand cut that. So I guess knowing yourself is a really good in the creative process. Is just, you know what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you, and then sometimes try something that you're pretty sure won't work for you, and then you might surprise yourself. Maybe it will, and that's exciting. At least I think it is. Okay. I just want to pull this in just a little bit tighter. A little bit less of a mat on that. So I am going to use my guillotine cutter, so I'll get a straight edge on that. Here we go. Okay, I like that. It's just a little subtle, like this is the exciting photo. There we go. And So that one ends up being just a little bit bigger than the other ones. And now I haven't really planned like the story I want to tell or anything like that on this page. And I'm wondering if I really do want to use this or not. What do you think?
Mom, please let me in.
Okay, I'll be right back. That's the girl herself. I'll see what she thinks. Okay, I'm back. And literally every member of my household has been up in my business during this video. I think it's like they all have radar. If they think I'm up to something, then, you know, it's fun to come see what I'm up to. Okay, so here we go. So one scrapbooker that I really admire is Celeste Smith, and I've been looking at her layouts recently, and she does a lot of, I was thinking about putting, I'm still torn. I might put it here. I might put a little, anyways, what I've noticed about Celeste Smith's layout is she'll put a banner, like something on the top and on the bottom. And so I considered doing that, but I don't really like the way it kind of like, I think it kind of stifles this page a little bit, so I'm not going to do that. But I like that. Then this is a different option, is to put it right, put this stuff right underneath the photos. And I've done the adhesive so that I can easily slide things under. My problem is that this is not 12 inches long, so let's just see. This can maybe go a little bit like this, and maybe, hey, how about this? We just cut off, so they'll be the same. Here's my scissors. So that way I'm not dealing with one that's 12 inches and one that's not 12 inches. And these were just part of a layout that I made recently that I wasn't really happy with the margins, so I cut the layout down. But whenever I go to so much trouble doing misting and stamping and stenciling and all that sort of thing, I like to save even the little bits because it looks like I spent a lot of time on it. When really it's just like, it's kind of like a big fake because I did, but not recently. So I have a little gap right here. Let's see if I can just move this picture down a little bit. Not really. No. I was going to say I could maybe just finagle it a little bit down, but I don't think that's going to work. So let me just put this stuff down. So tonight is a Sunday night, and we were going to record our favorite shows. And so my family loves The Simpsons, and then and I like The Simpsons too, I just kind of, my family watches it a lot, so I'm kind of over it, but we love Bob's Burgers, so that's on tonight, and then my sister introduced us to that, and we all love it, so it's something we watch, the whole family watches it, and then I just want to make sure. Wait, those really don't look like they're the same length, do they? They are, so that's a total optical illusion. How weird. Let's see. Weird. But then tonight's also the Grammys are on, and Sister Wives, which I really do like. I know, it's one of those, like, and you know what else is on is boy, that really just doesn't look like it's lining up at all. Let's just measure that a little bit. So those ones are the same. And those ones are the same. That's a total optical illusion. At least from my angle, I think you're seeing it better than me. Weird. Okay. So I just need to cover up this little space. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to cover that up yet. Well, maybe with washi tape that might... No, I don't know. I really have no clue. What else is on tonight, Charlie? Charlie's in...
That's about it.
That's about it. Oh, The Bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
The Bachelor wedding. Who is it? Sean Lowe is going to marry Catherine somebody. And so I want to see that. Like, there's just way too much going on right now on TV. We have so many options. So I'm trying to just get a little bit of this finished up before all that exciting TV starts. And I didn't even mention the Kardashians are on. But I don't usually record them. I just usually watch them in my bathroom. And I never really watch full episodes. And I know it's like garbage TV, but I don't know. It's entertaining. It really is. Okay, so I need a little something right here. Let's see if we can do, I've got these border strips. I've also got these little, I'm not sure. Got this little strip. Let's see if that kind of works in this space. You know, I don't even need this to go all the way over. I'm not sure I can fake it enough. I think I can, and then maybe I'll put some washi over it. It might be a little awkward though. Let's just see. So we'll get that. In here. And you might think like, oh, why would, that's going to look horrible. But when it's finished, like, you'd be surprised at how much you can get away with as far as, like making letters out of other letters or filling in spaces where there should have been more pattern paper there. Like when it's all done and finished, you really don't really notice. And your family's never going to notice. Watch, my husband's in here listening to this. He's probably going to say the next time I show him something like, look at that! That's totally wrong. I don't think he'll do that. Okay, so now let's see. I'm kind of obsessed with these things, these Viewmasters lately. So I kind of like the idea of putting one up here, and then maybe the golden one up here and a different one down here. Yep, let's do that. So now I have a place for, the other option was just going to be to kind of have all of the embellishments in this area right here. And I could do that. Let's do that. So we really focus on her photo right here. Do you think that makes sense? What do you think? Again, I know you can't answer. Okay, so I've offset them a little bit. And the way that I like to adhere this stuff, the die cuts down, is to use, where is it? There it is. Thermoweb sticky dots. And this is the way that they work. You just pull up your little sheet here and lay them down. And then what's going to happen is the die, your Viewmaster die, is the little dots will only come up where you had paper. Isn't that cool? Because they're dots. It's not like a big piece of adhesive. It's just, and I also use those for these kinds of stars. I think I'll use some of these on the layout too. And let's use some. So I've got my little muffin tin over here of embellishments. Let's just go a little hog wild with the sequins and epoxy dots and all that kind of stuff. They don't call them epoxy dots. What do they call them? Enamel dots? think that's what they call them. Okay. So I'm just going to have this little stream of embellishments kind of going like like that. I'm not really sure what the title is, where it's going, what my journaling is, where that's going. I haven't thought that far ahead, and I think that's okay. It's okay. Okay, let's lay some of these things down. I've got some stars. And these are KI memory stars. Oh, they're really huge. I don't think that looks so great. I had printed some earlier that were smaller, but I don't think I have any left because I think that I went through them all. So this is the size that I printed these, and I don't think they really work. At least not on this layout. So I would have used them if they were smaller, and I don't really want to use these other ones that look like that, although I don't know, it might not be the worst thing in the world. Let's just leave that there for just a second and see if that's going to be okay. I mean, I'm sure it would, but then I have, these are little enamel dots that I picked up at Tuesday Morning, which is a discount store. And they have, a lot of times they'll have like American Crafts or Studio Calico, or just like the last last year's trendy things. So I like to stock up and get bargains. Let's see what else we can do. All right. It's kind of tricky to place this one. I'm not so sure about these stars. So when you're placing things like any kind of embellishments, especially when you're scattering them, I think it's really helpful to do it in threes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, you know, it's just an easy way to make it look not completely like a crazy mess. Okay, here's the little tiny ones. They're so cute. Oh, and this is A, because she's Allison. That works. Okay. Cute. So I usually am a person, or a scrapbooker, I will usually just lay things down without really thinking too much about it. But sometimes I think it's better to, before you pick it and stick it, to kind of, to do what Debbie said, to like move things around your, you know, move things around your page a little bit. Okay, I think I'm almost there. I think this one looks kind of out of place. Whoops. Oh, that one wants to be stuck down. So I don't want this to look like it was going to go on that circle, or where the little hole is. Okay. I don't know if that looks good. Oftentimes, I think if you just keep going, then it becomes apparent. If it looks like super horrible, then you can always change it. Because you can, you know, with most adhesives, you can pick things up and change them around later if you really don't like it. But I don't know as if I like these. What do you think? Well, maybe I did. I think I did. I think I just want to tuck this one kind of under. So it's a little bit less, yeah, that's better. Let me move this out of the way. So still, no title, no journaling. Do they have to go on every page? No, they don't. But it's the number one thing I regret not putting on a page is the journaling. You know, when I look back at my scrapbook pages years later, I don't say like, oh, I wish I would have put some more brads on that. It's just not a, it's not really a regret that I ever have, but I wish I would have like written down some more journaling. Yeah, I have that regret, especially about pages when they were like real little, and you know, they used to say such cute things, and I would write those things down occasionally, but yeah, those were the days, huh? And these are the days too. We've just it's been a good year. It's been a challenging year, but it's still a good year. I was gonna say like we've had a rough year, but it's still good. We'll still look back on today and say like those are the days. You know, that's part of the grandeur of being a scrapbooker, right? Is we can always look back and with rose-colored glasses, like this, you know, like this paper is kind of like rose-colored glasses. So pretty. I'm not sure that works totally up there. Does it? It feels like it needs one more little dot up there. Let's see if I can find something. Just a tiny one. Okay, this one says Miss. Like my little miss. It's okay. Then I also have like just regular like cutout. These were dots that were, they're just like little confetti dots. And I think I'm going to use them because I'm using these white. So let's get, you never like use enough sticky dots, the Thermo Web sticky dots. I actually bought more of like another, I have 2 of these now because I love them so much. So these are the little just confetti. And I saved these, and you know, you shouldn't save everything. Or if you do save everything, you should get rid of it all occasionally. But these were little holes that were cut from a different layout that I did that looked like confetti. I think it was actually called confetti. It was a silhouette cut file. And then so these little holes were in the paper, so you could see the other paper coming through the negative space. So let's just start laying these things down. That one under. But then I'm also going to put them, let's see, over. What was I telling you? I totally don't remember. Sorry about that. I want to have one kind of going off the page down here, and then I'll just cut it, and I'll do that up at the top too. There we go. And sometimes when I don't have like a ton of things to say about the the journaling on the page, sometimes I will do I'll go look up a quote on Pinterest. And I actually have some Pinterest boards that are like already ready to go. You know, like I have one that has it's the category of family, and then I have a section for my daughter, Allison. And so if I see a quote that kind of reminds me of her, then I can look at that and, oops, I don't think I like that. Hold on. Such precision, right? Not really. Okay, what do you think? It's okay? It's alright. It's alright. Who used to say that? A Muppet? I don't know. Somebody used to say that. Okay, so I also pulled... Oh, I never used this stuff. Whoops. Let's see if there's any way to use it. So one way I think I could maybe use it is if I can get it under there. Yeah? Maybe? Maybe so? So this is just gonna come up for a second, and I want that to be about in the same place. So even the sticky dots I can pull up a little bit. It's kind of a, you know, tricky to do it, but I still believe in pick it and stick it, because even if it's tricky to do it, then it just makes you commit that much more. So it's okay that it's harder to do it. It's okay with me. Let's see how that looks. I don't know. I really just wanted to get this. I wanted to get like as many confetti and bokeh kind of motifs onto the page, just because it seems really playful. And on this day we were, you know, we got all the sidewalk chalk out that we used to use all the time when they were little, and so it was just like we were just playing. We went up to this bridge near our house, and we were like, let's do graffiti. And we weren't really doing graffiti, but it was here we go. How does that look? A little bit better? Okay, so let's call it graffiti. Let's call the graffiti girl. And then my story, I'm just trying to think of where I'm going to put it on the page. So maybe the title is here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the title's here, and maybe the story is just really short down here. Or maybe the title is here. I kind of don't want to mess with the sun coming down. I don't want anything heavy to be over it. So I got a little glue on my photo. There we go. Okay. Here's a little, these are just different. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little geotag. These are like canvas stickers from Basic Gray, from their Mint Julep line. Let's see. Just got a little thread hanging off that. Oh, I really don't like that. Let's see. That's a little better. And this says document every day. I don't think I like anywhere that I've thought of to put that, so let's not use that. really would think I would like to use this, but I don't think that looks good at all. How about you? It looks horrible. Okay, so no. Got one that has the little arrows. I don't think any of this stuff is really working for me. So this one says real life. So these circles maybe I can use. Now I really need something, I think, down here. You ever feel like you're just making it more of a mess? I get feeling that way sometimes. But it's good to play, and it's probably is good to move things around the page. So I do move things around the page, but maybe not exactly like Debbie does. Because she, you know, in digital, I think you can really move things around without as much consequence as paper. Okay. I am going to stop with the embellishment rain. The raining down of embellishments. So there's my little, like, do you see there's a little line that goes this way. So let's work on, let's see, can we use these anywhere? Do we want to? No. And I know that that's a little problem there, but I really think with all of this action going on over here, it's like the last thing you're going to look at. Let's hope. Okay. So I'm going to put my embellishments back in the drawer. I almost did the confetti. Maybe I should have. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so back with the, what do you call that stuff? See if we can use this, just to see if we can use something different. The dot roller. I bet you could. Yes. Well, no. I don't think it works as well. I gotta say I love those ThermoWeb sticky dots. So that's just going to give me a little bit of shine. Let me grab a couple more of these. These are just like clear sequins that I picked up at the craft store. And they're not totally clear. Like they have a little kind of like opal kind of a look to them. Like I know there's all sorts of different sequins in this little cubby here, but I'm just picking the ones that are clear for this layout. Okay. Maybe I don't want to call it Graffiti Girl. Maybe I just want to call it like Use Sparkle or something like that. Shine On. I think you really can hear my dryer, so sorry about that if that's bugging you. I didn't mean to bug you. It's kind of bugging me. I'm just gonna stop that for just, oh, it's almost over. There's only 8 minutes left anyways. It's probably dry. Okay. I also pulled out these. Just going like way too crazy here. With the a million embellishments. Embellishment overload. I like to do that from time to time. I don't always embellish every page, but sometimes I just like to see how much stuff I can get onto a page. And so this was kind of one of those times where it's just kind of fun to see. We're just playing. Oh, remember I needed this? So that's just going right off the page. Ta-da! Let's see. It's getting a little busy, huh? Sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry, but I think that's probably good. That's enough. I'm just going to write my journaling right down here. And it's going to be pretty simple. I'm looking for my journaling pen. Here it is. This is an American Crafts Precision pen, and I used it earlier today, so I know that it's going to be just fine. So this was February 2013, and we decided to take the sidewalk chalk up to the bridge and just play like we were little again. So maybe it's just play. I think the title is going to be play, and I think that I want it to be. I have a glittery pink font that is like a script. I think I do, anyways. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I don't. I have a drawer where I have all of my stickers, and here it is. I have them organized by color, and so it's just kind of I don't know if this is where these letters are going to stay. I'm pretty sure they're not. But let's just see. So far I do not like where I'm putting them. Okay. What do you think? I don't think so. I think my original thought of I don't want anything to be infringing on that sunshine that's coming from here. I want to keep that light and airy look. So maybe it'll be like a lowercase p with the L. I don't think this L is very sticky. I'll try a different L. That's great. I just want to write let's play, but you know what I want to do is I think what I want to say is take time to, and I'm going to put that up here, and then I also want to kind of write about up here. You know, like Ferris Bueller took that day off and you're growing up and everything's so hectic, but it's still important to like take the day off and every once in a while, like, do a skip day and play. So that's what I want to say. That's the message. That's like my mom advice. So I'm looking for these kind of tiny little, this is going to seem weird because I'm going to have like lack up here where I said I didn't want anything infringing on that, on the sun coming down. But I think this is the ticket. So take time out to play. These are Tim Holtz letters that you can get at the craft store for $1.99. They are a bargain. And there's like so many sheets in here. So run to the craft store and go buy them. Just kidding. But next time you're at the craft store, check them out. They're probably at the, like in a local scrapbook store too. I don't know. I haven't seen them there. But I don't usually spend a lot of time in the Tim Holtz section. Take time. Not that I like, always like what he does, but I don't know, it kind of feels like if you started to go down that Tim Holtz road, that you could get really carried away. So that's probably why I haven't ever gotten too into what he's up to. Although I met him one time when I was in Orlando. He's a very nice guy. I think crafters love him. He does a really good job of demonstrating and, being like socially available to his followers. Take time to play. But these are my favorite of all of his products. This is my favorite thing. But we were actually looking for his product at the craft store today because he's got that like spritzer thing that attaches to your marker. They don't have it in yet, but it looks interesting. That is something I want to try out. So I'm gonna buy that. Take time to play. Okay. But these, I highly recommend these little Tim Holtz Ideology label letters. My pick of the week. Okay, where did my marker go? Here it is. Okay. Just gonna say, take a page from Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast if you don't stop and look around once in a while. You just might miss it. So, growing up seems so exciting, but don't be too much in a hurry. I don't think that's good English, sorry. Don't be too much in a hurry. Take time to continue to act like a kid, no matter what your age. And then love mom. I don't usually write that. Love mom. Okay, I like that. Ta-da! Done. There's my page. Thank you for watching. This is Katie Scott. You can see this page as well as many others over at Get It Scrapped. Let me just see if I can get you a little bit better light on it. Ta-da! And yeah, fun. That was fun. Thanks for watching and thanks for bearing with me through all of my bad video habits. Thanks a lot. Bye.